On the outside, it's Smiling Kelly coming on Felina. Down along the inside, Blessed Buzzy moving up now, challenging as they straighten away down the backstretch. Run to Papa coming on. Diamonds Are Friends. Then it's Betty Francis, different approach along the rail. Badada's Baby. Then it's Lori Lee, Natural Island. Pendulo, a gap with 3 more lengths, and it's Nothing Ventured. They race to the half-mile pole. On the outside, it's Felina with a slight lead towards the rail. Blessed Buzzy in second place. Then it's Run to Papa. The outside, Smiling Kelly. Gap of 2 more, different approach. Way on the outside, Betty Francis. They come through the lane, going to the 16th pole, and it's Felina now in command. The outside, Run to Papa. Felina leads it by 4.
Bowie Racetrack. For 71 years, Bowie has been one of Maryland's big 3 race courses, but on July 13th, the starting gates will spring open for the last time. Bowie is closing, and Maryland horse racing is in for some changes. Bowie's general manager, Alvin Karwacki, explains why there won't be any more racing at Bowie.
The reason we're closing is because Maryland is a small state, and being a small state, it really only needs 2 racetracks. 3 racetracks is just not enough days to go around for the small population of the area. So with the high economics that are taking place, with the cost of living and everything going up, it's too difficult to run a place for only 3 or 4 months a year. So it's really in the best interest of Maryland racing to have 2 racetracks.
But the closing of Bowie is more than just economics. After 71 years, there are a lot of memories.
Oh yeah, a lot of fans. A lot of fans have come up to me and said, gee, they're sorry Bowie's closing. And they wish it would always stay open. This is the track where they won all their money. This is the track where my husband brought me on our honeymoon. We got married down the street, and he made me come every day for the honeymoon. So there are a lot of stories, and a lot of nostalgia involved, and people just don't want to see the track closed. But again, we have to go forward. Progress is in closing Bowie down. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it has to be.
You used to be able to tell the time of year by which tracks were running. But of course you can't do that anymore, but now there's only going to be 2 racetracks, and Pimlico and Lyle are both very good, and there won't be any great loss as far as Maryland racing is concerned, except for one thing. You got a lot of tradition here for people like myself who lived in Prince George's County all their lives and who sort of had an affection for Bowie.
With Bowie's year-round racing schedule, many people associate the track with freezing cold weather and snowstorms.
The most famous blizzard that Bowie's noted for is the blizzard of '58. It started snowing just after the first race here, and it snowed so hard that by the end of the card, there must have been 16, 17 inches on the ground. And in '58, they didn't have the snow removal ability they have today, and thousands of people were stranded here. Harry M. Stevens opened up all the concession stands, left them open all night long, didn't charge the people a cent. There were card games and crap games and everything else going on. And the people were stranded here until, this was Saturday, until sometime Sunday afternoon, when Pennsylvania Railroad was able to get a relief train in here to carry the people back to Baltimore, or else they might have been there for 3 more days.
My father was an engineer on the Pennsylvania, and he used to pull a train in here and make a wager or 2, and I would have, well, inherited something, but Bowie Racetrack got all the damn money that I might have gotten. That's it.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you something else.
The old man loved it, the old man loved it, every minute of it.
The story of a horse racing track is a story of fortunes won and lost. But the financial system here involves more than just bettors. Those who work at the track depend on it for their livelihood. Jockey Greg Hutton is optimistic about the future.
Bowie was the greatest. You know, they can handle all kind of weather.
Gonna miss it?
Kind of, in a way. But then in a way I won't. Let's go on to bigger and better things, I guess, right?
Many of the employees at Bowie will be hired on at the Pimlico and Laurel racetracks.
Laurel. I love Laurel.
John Manfuso, vice president of Laurel Racetrack, agrees that turning Bowie into a stabling facility only is in the best interest of Maryland racing.
Well, I think, of course, it's an absolute necessity, because if you're going to spend the money to maintain facilities, you're better off spending on 2 than you are on 3. So the fact that it's going to be a training track is going to be a very important aspect of it, because it has 1,100 stalls that are absolutely required in order to maintain the number of horses both Pimlico and Laurel need during their meets. So the fact that they're closing down Bowie really probably won't have a significant effect on our attendance. The fact that we're doing things to draw new patrons will have an effect on our attendance.
The new projects at Laurel include a $2 million sports palace. Laurel spokesperson Linda O'Day.
We're very excited about it. It's going to be called the Sports Palace, and it's going to incorporate many features that will only be found at Laurel Racecourse, never introduced at any racetrack in the United States. Some of them will appeal to the sporting fan specifically, and some of them will appeal to the racing aficionado. For example, we'll be having a computerized handicapping center, and for the first time anywhere you'll be able to study the statistics in depth of all the trainers and jockeys and horses in a race, and be able to find out whether they're better on grass races or whether they're better on sprints or whether they're better in the mud or whatever. And so it'll be a very technical but simple to operate system. We're also going to have a video handicapping library where you'll be able to study any race that's been raced within 6 months in the state of Maryland, which will help you also determine whether your horse, you know, had a reason for getting beat last time, and do you really want to bet him this time. So we're very excited about that. For the sporting fan, we're going to be having some very serious sporting events in here. We'll be showing up to 6 different events at one time from all over the United States and across the world, as a matter of fact. We'll be showing them 2 events on huge 9 by 12 foot projector screens in a very luxurious atmosphere, very similar to a very fine casino, for example. You'll have very comfortable chairs. You'll be waited on by cocktail waitresses. You'll be served nice food. It'll be very, very luxurious. And you'll be able to watch the sporting event, plus be updated from across the country within 5 minutes of other sporting news and scores. So if you're a real sporting fan and want to see how you're doing, you'll know real fast. In addition, you won't miss a second of racing, because on another screen within that room, the race will appear. Your football or baseball game or whatever will stay on the other screen, so you won't miss a minute of that action either. So we're very excited about it. It's going to be very innovative, and we think it's going to be sort of a place that all places will end up following eventually. I'd like to walk you through for one moment what the Sports Palace, how it's going to be laid out. There'll be a main entranceway. At this point, the racetrack is located on the other side of the building here. There'll be valet parking. You enter through this point. The first thing you come to is our computer handicapping center. There'll be a wall of 9 computer terminals located here, where you can sit for as long as you like and handicap. Here will be 4 mini theaters, which will seat approximately 40 to 50 people, and they will show 4 different sporting events at a time, as well as the race. Here you come to our betting mutual area. This is our video library. There'll be a countertop here with 12 VCRs located on the wall behind, and 12 television monitors here. You'll simply come up here and order the race that you're interested in seeing, and within 1 to 2 minutes you'll be able to watch it on one of the television monitors here and watch it replayed 3 times. As you enter into this area, this is our first theater. This is our cocktail theater. There'll be 2 15-foot television screens right here, one showing the sporting event of the day at all times, and the other one switching to the race when the race actually begins. Be an odds board. These will be individual bar areas, and this will all be cocktail seating. 40-foot bar for people who prefer standing up during the day. And this is going to be a division, an operable wall, so that we can actually separate 2 different groups and show 2 separate sporting events at one time. And that basically is how the Sports Palace is going to be laid out. I would like to add that one of the endeavors with this new sporting palace is to bring together a mixture of people, not just to get the racing fan out, that obviously is a very important part of it, but also to get out the sporting fan who really is not used to and accustomed to racing, show him his sporting event in his nicest surroundings as he could possibly have, but introduce him to racing at the same time, and get the younger generation out and introduce them to racing through the computer mechanisms that we'll have here, and bring some new blood into the sport. It's a wonderful sport, and we're excited about sharing it with people, and we're creating the right forum, you know, to get people excited about it.
bunch of crows.